Hey, what is up everybody, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Ty. Today we're going to be talking about the new Dying Light 2 Tolga and Fatin quest. If you want to hear my spoiler-free thoughts, go check out this video, but let's waste no time. All you really need to know is I really like the quest. So to put it simply, or try to, the quest is about trying to stop the infection from spreading through different dimensions, putting the universe at risk as you have to stop doppelgangers of yourself from completely annihilating timelines. And oh yeah, Tolga and Fatin are there too. You would probably think this concept in a zombie game comes off as downright stupid, way too far-fetched for some, but the mad lads at Techland found a way to nail it. We gotta keep in mind only a few developers worked on this mission, and so to really discuss why this is so great, we have to start from the very beginning. You accept a normal bounty just like any other and are sent on a quest to find a missing survivor. You trace down his last location to a portal, which you are sucked into. You then find the survivor, this time with more portals appearing and zombies jumping through. And then after, you appear from another dimension and start watching your downfall from afar. You make an escape, disappearing into the void, for you to then appear out of a portal into the workshop of Tolga and Fatin from Dying Light 1. You can tell immediately Tolga and Fatin are super charismatic. They talk to you quite a lot throughout the story and occasionally bully you.
He's much like a puppy.
I suppose you're right. What do you think he would find rewarding? Should we make him a chew toy?
You guys realize I can still hear you, right?
So, after this first interaction, you're then sucked back into the portal and appear in the sky, while the guys shrug it off back at the workshop like it was a normal Tuesday. Back in your dimension, you track down the workshop and are supplied with information that sets you up on your quest to save the Dying Light multiverse. The concept is so ridiculous, but they actually do it so well. From Tolga and Fatin, you get these fancy goggles that allow you to track down all the portals throughout the city, throwing you into tons of different weird little scenarios as you go on what's technically a long list of fetch quests. There are 6 main dimensions you explore at first. I would say the worst you play through is probably the slow dimension where, everything is slow. Then there's the infected dimension where you can go through and slay a horde of zombies real quick. But the unique thing about that one is you're always in zombie mode pretty much. The next dimension is one where you're super small, or it just could be everything is super big. That's up to you to decide. Next up is my favorite dimension I would say, and that is the crumbling dimension. I don't know what else to call it. Everything around you is shifting apart, falling to pieces as you have to parkour to the objective, or the anomaly as they call them. The best way to look at it is you're kind of playing a ton of different custom maps inside of an official Easter egg style Techland mission. The next dimension reuses the prologue sewers, this time flipping the angle around every time you visit it. And it's just a really unique looking location, so give the people the sewer DLC, give them what they deserve. No, I'm just kidding, but it would be cool. The final one isn't technically a specific dimension, but more the void, that's what we'll call it. It's pretty much the transition phase during dimension hopping, and every once in a while a zombie could try to block your path. Occasionally, you go back and forth to Tolga and Fatin as you learn more information about the multiverse.
It's complicated. Don't worry about it.
You also unlock this new outfit and head back to Tolga and Fatin's old cave hideout to track down the blueprint needed to make the final part to the machine that will stop the portals from appearing. People were saying this was actually inside of Haran from the first Dying Light, and I actually don't really see it fully, but it could be. There might have been some confirming detail that I missed along the way, but I don't know, I didn't see anything. So the gist of this section is you're hopping to different dimensions inside of the cave hideout to find the one with the blueprint. Along the way, you see a few Dying Light 1 surprises that may look familiar, like the Prosper boat that blew up or even Ghazi's mom. Little additions most fans will probably appreciate. So of course you eventually find the blueprint, but I do think it's worth mentioning you don't need the goggles at all times. I made the mistake of keeping them on thinking you needed them, but you really don't, only to really find certain objectives. Next up is a little Dying Light dimension parkour. Then after we find all the parts, we return to Tolga and Fatin so they could finalize the machine. Fatin starts it up, things are going pretty well, then another portal appears. Then suddenly, alternate dimension Aiden jumps through the portal, gun in hand, pulling an important piece from the machine. Fatin tries to be a hero in the moment and gets shot, then falls to the ground as his brother looks over him. Alternate dimension Aiden apologizes, telling our Aiden a lot is at stake, and then runs back into his own portal and disappears. We then spend our final moments with Tolga and a fallen Fatin, as we are told to kill the different versions of ourselves. This is the last time we get to see them, and it genuinely is a really sad way for things to end. We spent all those years with them, seeing all their crazy experiments, seeing if they would escape Haran, and they did. But just like that, they came and they went, and now they're gone. I wish at the very least we could see Tolga at like the fisheye or something. We already have other story NPCs there like Hakon, so might as well, I feel like they could be doing so much more with the fisheye in general. Treat it as a hub for the NPCs to go once you complete their quest. I don't know, just an idea. So continuing on, along the way to stopping this evil Aiden, we have to put an end to these anomalies, but they're pretty straightforward, and with the broom I could kind of skip any major parkour challenge, so these are kind of boring sections to me, kind of my fault to be honest. Then finally, we teleport and find the other Aiden with the machine. He decides to take the honest and calm approach and explain his side of things. At the end of the day, it's still the same Aiden, just with a more twisted outlook on life.
You deal with the infection by eradicating it.
The animations here are absolutely top-notch, and it's nice seeing Aiden from a different perspective, to be honest. We've never really seen him smile very much, so it's cool. So let's explain alternate dimension Aiden's side of things real quick. He believes that instead of trying to prevent the infection from spreading, it's better to just annihilate the entire world. Kind of the thought process of the mother from the following DLC in the first game. Like that DLC, we are also given a choice here: destroy the universe and everything in it, or fight back. That means living with the hope that the machine Tolga and Fatin made stops the portals from spreading to other more civilized dimensions, because there are dimensions without zombies and billions of people still alive. I'll show both endings of course, but the main one is to fight back against the plans. Doppelganger Aiden eventually tries to get his way, but lets the other Aidens take over. It goes just like any other combat encounter really, this time with other Aidens jumping through portals to take you down. It's a little silly, but it can be fun. The whole concept in general is really silly, you're not supposed to take it seriously. And I will admit, I see way too many people online concerned about what's canon, what's not. Dying Light 1 had so many crazy weird little things that people never complained about, so I don't know why people are complaining about this time. But anyways, during the combat encounter, you eventually get a little burst of infection in you. After reaching the machine once more, one final Aiden, I think maybe the one that killed Fatin, I don't know, I lost track at this point, tries to stop you just for you to knock him in the face and pop his head like a balloon. Just like that, you take the machine part and return to your dimension to see Tolga and Fatin's workshop completely empty. And one final note left. Aiden, if you're reading this, it means several things. First, you stopped yourself and saved your reality from destruction. Or possibly your other self was too incompetent to follow through on his plans, but we'll be charitable and assume that you accomplished something. Bravo. Secondly, we had no opportunity to say goodbye, but this letter will have to suffice. Third, it means that you can read, which is not something we will take for granted. Perhaps you are staring at these words with dull, uncomprehending eyes, but again, you will receive the benefit of the doubt and we will assume that you are literate. Look at you, you are operating on the outer edge of your capabilities. Be proud. Tolga and Fatin. P.S. Keep the gear, it might come in handy. And boom, that is the end of the quest. I do honestly feel like for many of the endings in Dying Light 2, this one was also a little bit rushed. With the death of Fatin, it kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth, just a little. But overall, I can tell the devs really understood the assignment and nailed it. That also goes for the voice acting from Aiden, Tolga and Fatin, everybody did great. So I do like a good human story in a zombie world every once in a while, dealing with real world issues, showing how dark humanity can be, but I also like when games get to have fun, when they get to get a little crazy, show off something different. It's kind of why I like custom maps so much, because they're so unique but use the same mechanics as the main game. I've said this a million times in the past, but Dying Light is a great formula for just sandbox gaming in general, allow people to make their own experiences. Games like Fortnite and Roblox are still so popular today because of their creative community and what they can accomplish. I would say the low point was probably when you had to go between waypoints, track down each anomaly with the goggles. It just kind of ruined the pacing a little bit, having to travel all the way across the map multiple times. But yeah, a good time. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for listening to what I had to say, and if you enjoyed, then do me the favor of liking this video, subscribing if you want, and of course, stop by next time, everybody. Adios.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're right. Maybe I'll go to hell for this. But it's gotta be worth it if it keeps the virus from spreading.
You've been in hell your entire life, Aiden. But this way, you stop that hell from spreading.